Good evening and welcome to the Dream Team Tonic podcast. We are mid game week 2 with some Carabao Cup action on the go. Ben's just celebrating a goal live. What's your reaction?
Get in. Come on, Fabio. Yeah, just saying there, before the game started tonight, I was 120k. That Fabio goal just went in and it's just like shot me up to 74k. Just how he can rise, isn't it?
Magic of the cup. And Tony's back.
I'm back.
Is he back from your holidays?
Yeah, well, went up to Scarborough. Had a great week, and then shame I went on the pod for that week, and it's all gone tits up, really, hasn't it?
We've got you back for a bad one.
Yeah. Oh God. I know there's probably a lot of people in the same boat, but Jesus Christ, it just feels like every corner I turn, there's something going wrong.
You had an unbelievable week last week, didn't you? 100 points, 105.
I was so prepped. I had that great start, and all day on the Friday, I was in my head like, right, do I get rid of Palmer? Do I not? And it just went from that evening, that warm up, it just went from bad to worse. I've got 4 injuries. Yeah, we'll touch on it after.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of misery. Let us know your sub stories in the chat here, because I'm sure everyone's going through similar. We've had red cards, penalty misses, multiple injuries. So yeah, everyone's struggling. It sounds like. We'll quickly say hello to a few in the chat, and then we'll get you to talk us through your not so good week. You missed out on a good one.
Yeah, that's it.
Evening, Joe. Evening, Nathan, Philip, DG Bournemouth, Roberto, Steve Foy, Icars, and I think and Miss Noopy. Good evening. Apparently West Ham aren't doing so great.
They've equalised.
Have they?
Yeah.
Is it?
Souček.
Diouf.
Souček.
I was about to do the helicopter, but I'm plugged in. I think I'll wrap myself up. Right. Tony, talk us through.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Look at all those flags and subs and a lot of crapness. It's so transfers in were Ballard for the 0.3 rise and a nice fixture. They got back-to-back clean sheets against Burnley last season, so it was take a nice little rise on Ballard, get rid of Diouf who were going down, so a 0.5 increase in budget. Didn't quite work. He went off after I think 9 minutes. He got a big chance created within the first 10 minutes and then went off. So yeah, that was the start of it. After Cole Palmer, who I decided to leave in, give him the benefit of the doubt because he didn't look great the first game. He looked a little bit like what Salah's experiencing. I think there was that much going on in the Chelsea attack. He just seemed to be not involved in much of it. A little bit like Salah was in that first game as well. So I left him in. And that just went wrong. Watching that live, watching him run down tunnel, I thought, no. So that happening. Then the Ballard. Obviously, with the Palmer thing, you think, well, the subs are there, so at least you're gonna get that. And the FOMO around Semenyo was getting bigger and bigger. And that initially, I was doing Palmer to Semenyo. So what would I have saved? I'd have saved a sub. So it didn't really matter. But I would have got the price rise and avoided the price drop off Palmer. So that'd been another 0.6 in budget. So then my other transfer was Cunha in for Gakpo. A couple of hard games for Liverpool. And I fancied Cunha, who had a decent haul against Fulham last season against the same 2 centre halves as well, which were Anderson and Bassey. So just thought, get him in, good for bonus points, even if he doesn't score. I know a lot of people had Fernandes for United's little run, and I had to try and counteract that somehow. So Cunha came in early doors, captained, only got the 3 points. Should have scored. Great save, to be fair, but he should have scored. Hopefully they play him against Grimsby so we can get off the mark, but we'll see. Can't see it.
I don't know. They've got to get a reaction now, haven't they?
You think so? You think so after getting 1 point? Don't get me wrong. They've played some better stuff. They do look much better with Cunha and Boomer, but still not quite getting it over the line, kind of thing.
Gakpo getting a couple of assists for little sideways passes as well.
Yeah, and then the Salah one at the end as well. That's the week, the way the week's gone. So I was on about, Rutter might be able to save my week, but then he just wasn't in the squad, which was a shock to me. I didn't know. I don't know if there was any news of that earlier, and I just missed it.
No, there wasn't.
I was fearing that I just missed it, and it was a bit of what do you call it? A bit of a oversight on my part, but yeah. Bowen, 4 points.
Still playing at the moment, so you might get something there. At least you got to start.
Yeah, at least there's somebody adding to my points tally. Haaland, not much. Reinders, not much. He's never been any good, has he, Reinders? We need to get him out. 1
week wonder.
Yeah. 8 Nori. I was listening to, way back from Scarborough, I was listening to, it's obviously the Palmer thing had already happened. The 8 Nori was the second one to happen because that was the early game. Listening to it, it was like, 8 Nori can't continue all the way home from Scarborough. I was just like, this is getting worse, this. Then obviously Ballard at 3 o'clock and Rutter day after. And Kudos not doing much. To be fair, Porro's clean sheet. Yeah, it was unexpected 6 points. If City had scored, I mean, I literally could be scraping 1s and 2s around there. It's been desperate. But I mean, hopefully we get a Bowen goal before the pod's out. Semenyo obviously benched, which didn't really mean much anyway. There's a lot high ownership on him from a lot of other people, and yeah, I mean, my goal now is just to survive the lowest score out the door, because I will be very, very close after a cracking first week to be getting booted out of that, and I'll be having to laugh at myself next week.
Joys of that league. Have you got any early thoughts?
I really don't know. The Rutter one doesn't sound too serious, but whether he risks him against Oxford, I don't know.
I've seen that he might play, but yes.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be nice. It'd be nice if, actually he missed that game, but then he gets the Oxford game. That would be nice. Ballard, I don't think he's going to be risked, and he might not be back till international break, after international break, so he's one that's going to have to go. I've got too much going on, haven't I? Palmer's to come back in. My first thoughts are probably Palmer will stay, and I might use another sub, depending on lineups and stuff and what I can see. I didn't really. Obviously, I want Cunha for the Burnley game for United. Bowen. It's not the worst fixture, but they're a good side, Forest. But yeah, there's a lot to tidy up from being in such a strong position that I just feel like it's just completely capitulated in one or 2 days. It's gone from like being that high to just. I can't believe how quickly my team has gone from looking amazing to looking shite.
There's nothing you can look at on that team though and think that that's anything you've done, is it? Either?
No, yeah, I've not done anything wrong. I know that it's just fucking rotten luck. And when it comes to the end of the season, you see like the top, say, 10 managers that finish up there. You need these bits of luck, and at points like this, there'll be some people that have navigated this by not complete chance, but like avoiding, say, the Saka injury and the Palmer. So they didn't go with them two. They didn't have Haaland because they couldn't afford him because they went Salah instead. And all of a sudden their team looks quite tidier, especially with all the injuries. They didn't go Ballard for the rise. Yeah. Anyway, that's my sob story. And I'm gutted I couldn't be on last week. And and had a good big smile on my face and going through the scene.
We did big it up a little bit, didn't we? I don't know if you listened. We talked up the team a bit.
I did have a listen, yeah. Yeah, you did me proud.
Ben?
I was just looking at the lowest out the door score. Lowest score out the door. Last week you were second best score, and this week your second bottom score at the moment.
It's getting so close. I think I'll be out.
There's still some games to go.
I need Bowen to do something.
Ben, 44.
Yeah, 44 so far.
Well, plus Carvalho's goal.
Yeah, 55. Yeah, but yeah. So far, Roof's 1 point, Doof 1 point, Ballard, like you said, come in, got injured. Still got 2 points though. Got created a big chance in 9 minutes.
Doof with a lovely assist as well.
Yeah, lovely assist, winning 1-0, and then bang, 5 goals conceded. O'Brien, clean sheet, happy days, 8 points. So yeah, Palmer, been contemplating taking him out all week. Decided to keep him because I wanted him longer term, and then he just decides 5 minutes before kickoff he ain't playing. So everyone's scrambling in all the other fantasy games because they can still transfer him out. But yeah, I was playing football on Friday night, so I only seen it last minute. So I don't think I even took him out of any other games.
Left him.
It
was far too late. I think it was like really close. I think I might have been walking the dog at the time, and I came in like 5 minutes before, and it was just people were starting to message about it. I thought.
Yeah. So decided to use my substitute, and it was on the man I wanted anyway. I wanted to bring him in this week, Mbeumo, and brought him in for Palmer. That was a transfer I wanted to do anyway. So because I wanted to target this Grimsby fixture, and I'm hoping. What's that, Tony? Come on, tell us.
Owen assist.
Yes. Who scored?
Paqueta. Goal machine.
Gets in.
Everyone be on him now. 0.3 rise.
Yep. No brainer.
Going to Villa, isn't he? That's the rumour
Paqueta?
today. That's the rumour today.
Blimey.
So Mbeumo come in, 2 points. Cross the ball in for Yoro. Yoro nods it in via a deflection, but yeah. He had the assist and a big chance created. Both got wiped off at him about 15 minutes later. What do you think about that then?
That was because Yoro's header came off. It was an own goal, weren't it?
Yeah.
It turned into an own goal. I mean, I think it's big chance created still. It's the assist is a wipeout.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's not an assist, but I still think he's created a big chance, hasn't he?
Yeah, I would have said so, but
yeah, because usually if he headed it and because he had quite a clear header as well, it was a free header, a goal. I mean, because if you put it wide, sometimes you still see him give the big chance created, don't you? So why have they wiped both of them off? Is it just because they took the assist off and it was just like, oh, they just, I don't get that.
I reckon it's. I said, didn't I? We were chatting about it on WhatsApp, and I think there's a chance that we are just maybe looking at it a bit too deeply because Opta are a bit weird, aren't they? Like, it could just very well be that they've watched. I can't remember how it works. We were chatting to someone that sort of knows how they record it, and I think they get like 3 or 4 people to watch the same match back and decide what is what. Like, what's a big chance created, for example. So they could have just gave it as a big chance and then watched it back and they were like, oh, actually that wasn't probably a big chance, and just took it away again.
Yeah.
Strange. But yeah, it was like a corner, wasn't it? And I said to you, like, Declan Rice put the corner in for, I think it was the Timber header, and he scored that, and there was no big chance created. And you'd think if a corner comes in and someone nods it in, pretty much the same each way, innit? So
yeah.
I think maybe they just thought it wasn't a big chance. Yeah, weird how they decide.
Yeah. My other transfer was Semenyo, brought him in for Kudus. I knew Kudus was going up in price, but I didn't fancy him against Man City. And I fancied Semenyo and I wanted to captain him. So that was the way I could do it. I'm probably going to bring Kudus back in next week. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, I'm looking at Kudus or some other Spurs options yet.
Semenyo's on the pitch.
He's on.
Mm.
Yeah, my points have gone up. Gone up 2 points already. Yeah, Fernandez missed penalty, but he still got 4 points. It's not bad considering.
Yeah.
Carvalho didn't play at the weekend, but he's played tonight and he's got a goal. So happy days. Who else we got? Salah 7 got this assist that was. Should Szoboszlai get big chance created for doing a step over to get?
He should get the assist
in it. I know he didn't actually touch the ball, but it was a great bit of play, wasn't it? It's the dummy that to get it through to Rio.
Threw 2 of them off, didn't it?
Yeah. Bowen playing that minute. Oh, he's on 11 points now, and Haaland 3.
I'm gonna say, did you see the Brentford highlights at all? The disallowed goal. That would have been absolute. That would have been just to round the week off. To be honest, like the amount of people that started with Coyote and took him out. We've been bigging him up. Oh yeah, he takes long throw ins. He's got a really nice long throw on him. He launches one straight in the box. I think Martinez flaps at it and Damsgaard smashes it in. So that would have been down as a Coyote assist. But the goal got ruled out. Keepers get far too much protection.
They do.
That would have just rounded it off, wouldn't it? The injuries, the pen misses, and then like what Diouf and Ballard, Diouf and Coyote coming away with assists potentially, with people taking them out. Mad.
Yeah. The thing is, we like Diouf because he's not done too bad really, but they cannot play 3 at the back in that shape. West Ham. The amount of space they left behind the wing backs, Wan-Bissaka were atrocious. I've never seen him play as bad as that. He were unbelievably bad. He just leave the space between him and the centre half. He was just getting exploited every single time. And
he was good last year as well, wasn't he?
In a back 4, 1-on-1, he was one of the best. Like like for tackles and stuff. But yeah, they would Diouf. Although he looks like a really good attacking outlet. You can't put him in because even if he gets his assist or he gets his bonus points or shots on target or goals, he's going to lose them when they're conceding 4 or 5. So,
do you reckon Potter's going to stay in? He's on thin ice here.
He's got to be on thin ice, hasn't he? He's got to be. His record's just as bad as Lopetegui. Who obviously got parted. Excuse the pun. But, yeah, they've not really signed well, have they? And they've not really done much. So still got some quality there though.
I had a better week this week. I've done the inverse of you, Tony. I had a terrible week last week. Not the best week this week, but clawed it back a little bit compared. I just done 2 defensive transfers this week. So Roof stayed in goal. Took out Diouf and Coyote. For Ballard, the same as pretty much everyone else, got the injury. But I was debating this one for ages, wasn't I? I had like 3.5 to spend on a defender, and I just didn't know which one to go for. I was quite interested in Matty Cash because he had the 0.3 instead of Chalobah's 0.2. Quite liked the Spurs guys in Ven or Romero. I was saying I might just accept the price rise and the horrible fixture, but it turned out they would have got the clean sheet as well.
Yeah,
But I went for Chalobah in the end. I just thought Chelsea looked all right in the first one, and come sort of Europe time, if I do get stuck with Chalobah in game week 4, they'd have the return to Champions League. So went with Chalobah. Was fuming that they conceded a screamer straight away, and it was a Diouf assist. And I thought, oh god, here we go. But yeah, somehow managed to sneak a goal. I think it was the 5th goal of the game that Chalobah managed to get on the end of. So 10 points. That ended up being a decent transfer. O'Brien, never in doubt, was it? Everton keeping clean sheets.
Missed a penalty, didn't
he? Yeah. Become a dad as well the same day.
Oh, so he didn't get to do the
or the night before. I saw him post that out. None of this missing games. He's straight there. Bought in. No, I didn't bring in Saka. So I started the season with Saka with that Leeds game in mind, and it looked like it was going to be a bit of a mega haul there until he pulled up injured again. So they reckon it could be, I think, 3 to 4 weeks, they're saying, which there is an international break after this one. So I think they're looking at maybe the Man City game he could be back for, but it's probably the one after.
Yeah.
But just 8 points, a little bit disappointing because it probably felt like that game could have been a lot more. Bruno Fernandes was the captain, so 8 points, pen miss. I think still, even though he's like really, I don't even really agree that he's really deep. I know people have been saying it, but he is deeper.
Yeah,
he's still doing all the Bruno things that we like him for. Like even in a game where he's missed a pen, he's got 3 bonus, 2 tackles, shot on target. Could have easily been loads more if he slots that away. And he should have really got a retake, I think, after what the referee done to him. Absolute bang out of order that from the ref.
Oh, you know, he does himself no favours, does he? I just don't get it. Get over yourself, son.
He got in his own head, didn't he?
He said sorry, and then he's giving it. Yeah, I think everyone was just willing him to miss then.
But yeah,
anyway.
No real concerns with him because obviously it's Burnley in it next week.
Yep.
Yeah, I was not completely sold on Semenyo. That's not fair. The way that I had set my team up with those 5 premiums put me in a position where I couldn't just move a Kudus or a 4 million or a 3.5 million to Semenyo.
Yeah.
So if I did, I would have just done that move probably quite easily. But the fact that I had to sell someone like Palmer ahead of West Ham didn't sit right with me. I wanted to cap Bruno. I knew Saka had Leeds, and I wasn't taking out Salah or Haaland. So to me, it didn't make sense to sell Palmer to get Semenyo. Obviously, if you did sell Palmer, it worked out okay. But I'm adamant. I know football doesn't work like this, but I'm adamant Palmer would have absolutely cleaned up in that West Ham game, especially seeing he was starting on the right as well, or it looked like he was. But I took that as a bit of a sign. I did think maybe I'll go United, go for an Mbeumo or Cunha. Well, I thought about going Cunha or Gyökeres and then realised you can't. If you've got 3 attackers already, you can't do it. In my head, I was thinking it was like a 12th man almost. So I just took it as a sign and thought, you know what, I'm gonna go Semenyo, seeing there's so many people brought him in and capped him. I didn't think he was a bad option, and he probably could have had a lot more, couldn't he? Hit the bar, had a couple of big misses. So yeah, we'll see how he gets on with the rest of the game this evening. What's he on?
Half an hour left.
Just at 1 point in a minute. Dewsbury Hall. I didn't watch this game. Well, obviously saw the highlights, but finished on 7 ppm. Someone said, I don't know if you were watching it live. I didn't really have my phone on the go at the time, but people said he was on 12 ppm, max bonus at one point. But I think he gave away the pen, got a yellow card.
No.
And then all of a sudden, bang, the next day, he was on 8 ppm the night before and then dropped right down. So he's gone from like max bonus to free bonus to just 1 bonus, which is a bit annoying. But it looks like he's got it, at least got it in his locker, because I think he got a bonus point the week before as well. So
yeah,
he seems like it's not going to be much for a problem if you do have to stay with him. Obviously, Mansfield to come as well. And then Salah, Haaland, and Fulkrug stinking the place up. Scored his goal, didn't he? Scored his goal nice and early. That was another thing that was making it seem like the most crazy week. I think I was I nipped out to the kitchen quickly and then heard them say he'd scored. And I came in and he was doing the dance. What was he doing? And I was like, yes, get in. And then as soon as I saw the replay, I was like, nah, that's not going to count.
He's doing the samba dance with Paquetá, isn't he?
Yeah, that was it. So hopefully he comes on at some point in this second half. I don't know how long's left. Hopefully he gets a chance to do his little dance again.
You'd be thinking he's coming on. Kyoto's just come on for Brentford.
Long throw central. What minute's West Ham now?
77th minute. He's still not on.
Nah, he ain't coming on, is he? He played 45 as well. I don't know if he tried and swung for Potter or something at half time. Because I don't know why they would have taken him off at 45 and then left him out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me.
Good week, mate.
So
Say about
far,
the Chalobah thing. It took you out with Cash because I fancied Matty Cash. I was tempted to put him in. We spoke about Chalobah. West Ham looks so vulnerable at the back from set players. So vulnerable. So yeah, that Chalobah goal, nice one. Good shout.
Obviously, got to get a bit lucky, but take it. Cucurella's looking a beast, isn't he? Even from corners, getting that flick on. Right, as you can see, we've all got a load of flags in our team, so there is going to be a section where we help you all decide what to do with your flags here. Drop a like on the video if you haven't already, and hit that subscribe button if you're not. We're live with our Patreon members, so we'll be answering questions from our Patreon members and YouTube channel members. If you did want to join a Discord and support the pod, hit that join button on YouTube or head over to patreon.com/Dream Team Tonic. Budget building first. We're going to ask some of the questions about budget building, but just as a early opener, where your team values sitting at the moment? Because quite big differences, I think, already after just 1 week.
I think mine ended at 51.6 the first week.
Mine's only 50.5.
Yeah, 50.4 here. And yeah, I was saying I would have actually not minded rolling, but I couldn't. I would have gone down to like 59.5. And I was already
49.
49.5, yeah. And I was already seeing people say they were going to be like upwards of 51. And I was thinking, I can't be that far behind already.
Yeah, it's tricky. Scary.
Yeah. And it does skew our judgment. I know we talked about it before, but it's straight away, like a classic example looks like, I don't know, Pedro was someone that loads of people started with, but then you feel forced to take him out because his drop was coming. The same with Palmer, but obviously it didn't damage it because he didn't play. But now Pedro is going to be the most bought player because he's getting a price rise and because he did well, even though he was one of the most transferred out the week before. Paquetá, perfect example. People started with him because he was the pen taker, didn't do anything. Now he's just scored 2 goals this week. It can sting you, but we're going to group a few questions from the Discord that relate to budget building or budget in general. So Connor, he has Perry in goal at the moment from Leeds at 2.3 million. He's probably going to go down 0.3 back to 2 million. Should I let him rot in my goal whilst I build budget to move him onto a European keeper later? And he says, for example, wait for an opportunity where I can get a European goalkeeper in around 3 million. What would you do with a keeper in this situation?
They've got a home game against Newcastle, haven't they? And Newcastle was so impressive last night. So impressive. I thought they were absolutely brilliant. And if they play anywhere near that level, and if they're as up for it as they was in that game, because they say that this Isak thing could like really spoil their season, but it could also go the other way. And the fight they seem to have together, and I don't know whether it was just because it was against Liverpool, and they were obviously the team that's trying to poach the man, but it does drive a camaraderie together. Like, look, he believes he's better than us. Let's show him, kind of thing. Let's stick together. We're doing it for Newcastle, and it was brilliant to watch. Loved it. And if Newcastle perform anywhere near that, Leeds are in trouble. I don't see him keeping a clean sheet, definitely. So I guess he's going to go to back-to-back rises, back-to-back falls.
Drops.
So he's going to drop back to 2, and then you're probably going to see another fall after the Newcastle game. Maybe not as harsh, but yeah, another fall. So you could end up with him rotting in your goal, but it's not the worst run in the world after that. Fulham, Wolves, Bournemouth. And your keeper, the ceiling's so low. It depends what you want. If you want to get to a European keeper, I would probably shift him on before his fall this week and take that, just bank that 0.3. Maybe jump on another keeper who's going up a little bit and try and grow it from there.
What do you reckon, Ben?
Well, obviously, there's lots of problems in the teams at the moment, but if you can do a goalkeeper move, there's not a lot out there, really. If you wanted to play the stock market, which I probably wouldn't do, but so Perry's going down 0.3, predicted. Dubravka's going up 0.3, so that's a 0.6 rise. And then Dubravka's going to be 2 million. Perry's going to be 2 million. So you've gained 0.3 there as well. But you're going to want to sell Dubravka again when Europe starts. So it's just a short-term thing. I mean, do you really want to be messing around with your goalkeepers every week? So you can make money that way, but Dubravka's fixtures are really tough now. Like Man U away, Liverpool at home, Carabao Cup if they get through, Forest and Man City, Aston Villa. So I don't really want Dubravka in goal, even if he is that cheap. That's like last resort, really. Kelleher could be a shout, but he's 2.7, so he's
That's
like
not bad.
It's 0.4 more, isn't it? He should be going up as well. And his fixtures ain't bad. He's got Sunderland, Chelsea at home, Fulham away, Man U at home. So they are quite bad, actually. Just Sunderland's not bad next week. But yeah, he's going to be going up to about 3 million with your rise. Looks like Bayindir is the number 1 at the minute at Man U. He's only 2 million. Should be going up 0.2. And I don't know if he's going to play against Grimsby. Bloody hell. Wolves have come back and winning 3-2 now.
Yeah, Strand Larson.
The chat saying Strand Larson's 2 goals in 2 minutes off the bench.
Unreal.
Get full crew gone.
I got him in my TFF team.
Nice. Oh yeah, same actually.
And I was looking at Joe Zissar as well. He's 2.2, but I don't really like the goalkeepers. Just stick with what you got now.
Yeah, I would stick. I was having a little look at like if you've got Europe in mind, you'd probably be looking at like maybe Henderson or Sells potentially, because I think Sells will probably be due to. I've not checked it, but I think he's probably going to be due to go down again this week. If you could keep getting like Sells dropping, because if he drops this one, he plays West Ham. If he concedes again, he's got Arsenal. You'd imagine Arsenal score. Hopefully, I'm looking at that thinking, timing wise, if he can drop by quite significantly by Arsenal, after that you've got like Burnley, Sunderland with European fixtures. So that could be quite a nice one if you just wait it out. Hope that some of them drop a little bit. It's a shame Vicario seems like he's probably going to get away, doesn't it? At the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd leave it, to be honest. Right, we had one from. I've lost it here. It was a Cunha versus Pedro question. Where are we? Bradders. So he says Cunha or João Pedro. Cunha's likely to go down 0.1 or 0.2, but has Burnley at home. That could change because he's got the midweek game. So we'll have to see what happens there. Or Pedro, likely to get a plus 0.3 and Fulham. Which way would you be looking out of those two? Maybe we have to set an assumption for what Cunha does.
Yeah, he probably won't play, will he?
The way your week's going.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that Bowen has turned the tide, but yeah, I think long term, you've got after the international break, United's fixtures. I mean, if Grimsby turn them over, United will only have 4 fixtures between the next international break and all the way through to mid-October international break. So a longer term option is Pedro. The shorter term gain is Pedro. The nicer fixture, I think, is United at home to Burnley. I think they'll score a few. I think they'll get their first win at season there. But I think longer term, and it's not just recency bias, because I'm looking after international break. Any United players I've got will be moving on. They've obviously got City when they come back. So you are booking in another transfer, I guess. I'd go Pedro.
Yeah, I want to see if Cunha starts in the cup. If Cunha starts in the cup, I think you can have him for a couple of weeks. Like you said, short term Cunha, because he should get if he plays in the cup in the second round, he should play in the cup in the third round in game week 4. If they get through, Grimsby's undefeated this season, you know.
So funny,
they should be up for it. But yeah, Pedro's a nice longer term hold. If you're starting to think about Europe now, start bringing in the players for Europe.
Could end up on pens as well if Palmer's out.
Yeah.
I think
and
I'm the
nice
same.
Price rise.
Yeah, I'm the same as what you said there, Ben. I think for me it depends whether if Cunha gets through to that next round, I don't mind that potentially. But other than that, I think I would probably go Pedro. I don't think anyone... Did anyone think Pedro was bad when they took him out last week? I hope not. But...
No.
If I'd have
had Pedro, I probably wouldn't have took him out last week.
Yeah. Yeah, the same with Palmer, wasn't it? That situation.
Just let him ride. It'd have been tearing at me a little bit, but they've got a good set of fixtures, Chelsea, and obviously European, and that Esteval looks a player, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's going to be something special.
0.3 rise for him, 3.2 to 3.5, but you'd obviously be wondering, will he play if Palmer does get declared fit? So
yeah, that a purely football comment. That I'm not saying as an option, but he does look a bloody hell of a player.
Yeah, it's just nice to see with Pedro as well that he played him behind Delap.
Yeah,
he's ahead of Delap in the pecking order, but if Delap comes in, Pedro still stays in.
Yeah, shows the importance. He is a good link-up player as well. They've got so many options there now, Chelsea, going forward, especially because Delap and Pedro are quite big lads as they put themselves about. Then you've got all the skill trickery of Esteval, Neto looked all right. Cole Palmer to come in, it's nice.
Scary
nice side.
Squad. DT Patrick, so he had one. Isn't it more important to see price rises / falls over a 4 to 6 week period rather than panicking every time someone goes up or down? E.g., Haaland rise / fall, Pedro fall / rise. Yeah, so he's saying Haaland done well the first week, went up. Now he's done bad. He's gone down. The opposite to Pedro.
Yeah.
Are there some people to you that just are kind of excluded from price rises, like in your thinking, for example, like a Haaland, Salah?
Yeah, you've got to... You do it... Obviously, Haaland, Salah, and the likes will score points in any game. Like they are fixture proof. You don't look at any of City's fixtures, even when they're against Arsenal or Chelsea or Spurs, and thinking, "Oh, Haaland can't score, or he won't score. He's a lot less likely to score." So they are fixture proof. So you're not going to care so much because when you're picking Haaland, you're not picking a block of fixtures to put him in. Whereas with your other players, so your other maybe six or seven players, you're trying to get them on a rise and a fall at the right time with the fixtures as well, because you might only want them for a block of 3 or 4. But then when it gets to that block, if they're going to go down 0.3, you're less likely to put them in on that week, maybe hope to get them on an upper and trying to maximise your budget that way. It's tough. It's tough, but as you see with people's budgets last year, how high they got, it's doable getting people at the right times, the right blocks of games. But I get what Patrick's saying. But there is certain people you will just, Haaland, Salah, Fernandes, the people that you're going to keep in, and just let them ride because they're going to go up and down. Crap week one week, good week next week.
Yeah, I think you're coming up pretty well, mate.
Yeah, same. You will get stung, won't you? Doing the big hitters that way, like asking for trouble. The bit that's bugged me over the last week or 2 weeks is just the fact that people try and justify that, make up a reason why the player's not good, even though the real reason is you're just taking them out for the price rise or drop. It was like Bruno, he's too deep. Oh, Saka, Arsenal couldn't break down Man United. He's rubbish. Palmer, he didn't touch the ball very much. He's not any good anymore.
Yeah.
Budget building has to happen. It's too powerful, but you're playing dangerous game with these big boys. I think taking them out. Grom has had one that I think everyone's going to relate to. So he's got Saka, Palmer, Ballard, all injured, like many do. Would it be a good strategy to transfer out the two that are dropping in price the most and sub out the other for budget building, or transfer out Saka and Palmer so you can pick whoever he likes for his team?
We've got the international break coming, haven't we, as well?
Yeah. I'll go back to my team here because I've got all three. Palmer switched to Semenyo though in that picture.
It's obviously Palmer's because he got the injury and he didn't actually play. Thank God he didn't go on the pitch and then come off 10 minutes in.
Yeah, no drop.
You kind of protected from his drop. So in my eyes, I would just leave him at the side and deal with him in the game week if you feel need to. If something pops up that you think, that's a good opportunity there. Saka, it's tough because do you think you get a little rise there?
0.1, I think he might be going up, predicted.
Is that what it's saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, plus 0.1 on not only FPL.
So that's tough. He's definitely not playing.
He'll be out.
Palmer might play, so it might be worth taking the Saka little rise back because obviously, and then subbing him out and then get rid of him over international break or depending. Like you say, he might. You know what he's like. He might be back for just after.
Full Arteta.
Yeah. I
Liverpool next. It could very well be mind games.
Yeah, it's true. I think Ballard. I think he's going to go. And obviously, I've got 8 Nori as well. He'll be going down 0.3. So I've got to tidy them two up. Which, obviously, because they're both going down 0.3, it's not looking great. Palmer will have to go to a side. And then who's the other one I've got? I've got 4, Anna. Rutter. Hopefully, he isn't somewhat too serious. I could just keep hold of him because he won't be going down. So, yeah, for me, I get rid of the ones that are going to be going down heavy, and maybe use a sub and possibly, if you have got Saka and Palmer, you might end up just playing with 10 men for a week. It's only a single. There's not You know what I mean? The single, international break, regroups, could be injuries over that.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I was thinking take Saka out. Take my way. I was thinking take Saka out, take Ballard out, and then leave it down to Palmer. And I don't think I'd hesitate to use another substitution. What to replace? He's the first game again. That's a question that's going to pop up a fair bit as well. What do you think on using a substitution in a single game week? Are you treating it like boosters where, you should only play them in doubles? I know our first opportunity fell in a double, but what do you think on that? Is it a waste to use it in a single?
I think it is. I think you can get double bubble, can't you, out of another game week, like most of the other game weeks. Like, this is only a single, so I probably just suck it up and just suck up the blank over the single, because later on it'd be more powerful. Yeah. It's very this is all new in it to us this season with the super subs and the carrying transfers as well. So, but
I just can't work out looking at it like a sub. Is it worth much more than just a normal transfer? Like I know we spoke about you could try and manipulate it for the FA Cup when there's the first round where there's the Saturdays or the first round with the big teams in.
Yeah,
I know you can manipulate it there, but have you got to be quite lucky really to have one of your big hitters fall like this in a double where they also play early in the week. Because what was the other player? So I can't remember what other player's injured, but someone was saying to me like if they subbed out this player, they've only got 2 matches to choose from, for example, because everyone else would have played. Like it's got to fall quite nicely as well.
Yeah.
I was thinking about just using it, to be honest. Interesting. Another thing to think about.
Yeah, I think as well, when it's somebody of that higher value at 6 million, it's a lot of money not to be on your pitch, isn't it?
Guess what? It's what game is on offer as well. If you look at like a City Arsenal game or this week, Arsenal Liverpool, you look and think, I can't get a Salah, I can't get a Saka from it. But if there's an Mbumo against Burnley or Cunha against Burnley, you think, I'll have a bit of that maybe. Yeah, interesting addition. Got to take your hat off to them though for putting it in, because we said we can't see any fault in adding that to the game, and straight away it's made the first 2 weeks a lot more engaging there. We'd all be sulking, wouldn't we? Without it this week.
Definitely.
Lee was saying, Lee Hooper, so his question was following on from this, beginning to wonder if budget building is more important than keeping a cheap defender. So we talked about there, just keeping Ballard in. Would you play with 10, get the budget up and just keep someone like Ballard at the back maybe? Or I think he's got a goalkeeper injury, or I think he might have Areola in his team from the first week. Would you just let that sit there? He's going to get a drop now, isn't he, though, after tonight?
Well, he had a penalty saved, didn't he?
Is he? Oh, it might not be too bad.
I don't. Well, it said missed penalty for Wolves, so I don't know if he should get the penalty points, shouldn't he?
Might cancel out the 3 goals.
Double check that. Yeah, I'd probably leave the goalkeeper. Like I say, it's a single game week, so it's not going to be too much of a big difference if you bring a goalkeeper in. But definitely look for bringing one in game week 4 when the Champions League starts and the Carabao Cup third round's on. But does he mean like taking out a player that's playing because it's going down in price? Say for a Goalkeeper, he's going down in price and he's playing Man City as well. Does he mean like take him out and keep Ballard because he's not going to go down?
Yeah, maybe.
Gain value out of the Goalkeeper for a 0.6 swing.
Yeah, possibly. Like, look at my team here. I'm going to have Fulkrug now, who's well in the shit. He's going to be. He's taken up a striker spot. He's going to get me a massive drop probably. In that scenario, could I take out Saka and Fulkrug and just let Ballard rot? Because the upside of the striker could be a lot more.
Yeah.
It's interesting. My initial thoughts would be always try and get a playing player because get points on the board, but you can't really put a number on how much each bit of budget's worth, can you?
But Fulkrug's probably not going to play, is he? So probably might get a few minutes. Don't know.
Plays off the bench or something. He was down for a 0.2 drop before today, so he's probably even worse now. I think Tommy Gunn was just asking, should we still be looking for price rises to build budget? But that's a unanimous yes. I don't think you're going to argue that one. And Diamond Geezer in the Discord, with the falling value of Haaland and an injured Saka, Palmer and Ballard, would it be worth cashing in on Haaland and Palmer and spreading that value over two decent rising players and holding on to an injured Ballard?
I wouldn't sell Haaland.
And look at subbing Saka. Yeah. You don't need to be doing anything with Haaland there. I don't think.
You know, Ballard's not going to go down, is he?
No,
because he didn't play enough minutes. That's why do you just let him rot?
Yeah, that might that's going to change my thinking. Obviously, Nori played half an hour, was it?
And he's expensive.
Yeah, he's going to take a big hit. Yeah, it's tricky.
I wouldn't sell Haaland, would you?
Bowen's kicking off for someone in the crowd.
Oh, don't
Is
tell
he
me
going
that.
to do an Eric Dyer?
No, he didn't actually get into the crowd. He got stopped by the stewards.
No.
Hold me back. Game week 3, captaincy. Jay Baker, best captains for this week. Nathan Wisby, who's your best captain picks? And Legend, who joined us late in the chat. Evening Legend, who's the best captain for game week 3?
Well, with what's going on at West Ham, Chris Wood. I hate that we're going to go into an international break, but I do like when there's a single and everyone's just got one fixture. You do see quite a spread of captaincy, or it's just Salah as it was last season. I like Fernandez, Cunha, and Boomo. If you've got any of them, I'd say Chris Wood if you fancy a punt on him, or a Newcastle asset at Leeds. In my team, it's possibly going to be back-to-back weeks on Cunha for me.
Will this next game determine that? Or if he plays any blanks?
Well, yeah, I think it will. I think it will, because if he's looking likely to go down, no, I'm not moving on. He's playing against Burnley. Just because
they blank don't mean they will again.
That's it. He's got a plum fixture there at home to Burnley. United will get off the mark against them. Hopefully get 2 or 3.
What were you saying there, Ben?
I've got a nice one for you for your Fulkrug transfer.
Oh, yeah?
Anthony Gordon's suspended for 3 games.
Osula
off the bench. He scored, didn't he?
Really well taken goal, actually.
2.5 million he is. Going up 0.3.
That's your full.
Have you seen the fixtures? Leeds, Wolves, Carabao Cup, and Bournemouth.
I've seen the fixtures only because not in this game in FPL, right? I know we don't tend to talk about FPL, but I never go early on transfers on that game. I was having a Fulkrug. It's Fulkrug again. He was dropping in price on FPL, and I would have been priced out the moves that I wanted to do. I never do this, but I'm going to bring. I think I brought Gyökeres in, but for the other move, I thought I'm going to go early on Anthony Gordon. Those Newcastle fixtures are lovely. And I bought Anthony Gordon in, even though he was playing Liverpool. I thought, he'll be all right. Got sent off, didn't he? Absolute nightmare.
Shocking.
Yeah, I think I'll leave. I think I'll pass on Newcastle, just probably because they're after that man who's just chucked another 20 million on his price tag, Strand Larson, aren't they? The transfer window's still open. Obviously, Isak's still rumbling away in the background as well, isn't it? So a little bit scary, but it's not a bad shout, is it? Igor Thiago's doing all right for his cheap price as well. Yeah, we're talking captaincy though, so don't go there.
I like the Chris Wood shout for the West Ham game because, like you say, the defence looked shocking. But
that's another 3 goals.
Yeah,
no, that's 11 goals in 3 games.
I just because I think you think, oh great, he's got Europe, but I just think he might rotate with the new signing Igor Jesus in Europe, and they got Awoniyi. Is he still injured? I haven't seen much of him this season.
There's another striker. I can't pronounce his name, but they've signed a new striker up top as well. I can't remember where he's come from. But they have got depth. Wood's got to start, hasn't he?
They've got Wood.
Spurs have got a decent fixture.
Who'd you captain there though? Would you captain Kudus?
Yeah, I think Kudus.
You would.
Kudus, yeah. But like Porro could be a good shout, couldn't he? For all round attack, and if he gets a clean sheet. Obviously Johnson's been doing all right. He's got 2 goals in 2 games. But they're looking for a winger, aren't they, Tottenham? They could sign a winger this week, and then Johnson's out of the team. That's the only problem.
They're not going to sign anyone, because if they even try to sign anyone, we'll sign
Arsenal will nick him.
Don't bother.
Yeah. What about João Pedro?
Yeah, would you cap him?
Yeah.
If he's going to end up being pen taker as well.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
Is there anything crafty? There's no. I was wondering if.
What about Wolves? Strand Larsen's just scored 2 tonight. Everton at home. But that's one of them ones where they're through. They've got a double game week in game week 4 now, so you could get him for 2 weeks and then sell him. But then he's got Leeds in a single after that at home.
They won't want him cup tied for the Carabao. That's their trophy, isn't it, Newcastle?
Well, he
already is, isn't he? He already is.
Yeah, cup tied.
I think it's on Bruno for me. I think I'm going to stick on him again. I think.
Yeah, Burnley. Yep.
I'm not phased.
This would be a good week because a lot of people will be like, how
put off.
People get a bit put off by one game and then they'll be jumping on someone else who's had a good game. Bit like the transfers.
Yeah.
It's boring, but Haaland against Brighton as well. Like, they look a bit dodgy at the back, don't they? Oh, the Kuiper. Not been up to much, has he?
What about Dango? 12-pointer on his debut. Sunderland away.
The only thing is,
I've had as well.
I've had people call me out for underestimating the newly promoted sides. I think they got that confused with I didn't know much about them really. But one thing that does seem to be the trend is that these newly promoted sides all seem to be doing quite well at home and struggling away, it seems, don't they?
Yeah.
The atmosphere adds a bit to it, so may not be as good to target away from home. It's Bruno for me. Bruno or Haaland. Pretty boring.
Probably Cunha.
I like that Pedro shout though, actually. I don't think many people actually consider him as a captaincy option where we're so used to it being Palmer, Salah, Haaland, Bruno. We have pretty much, I think we have sort of covered the substitutions. I'll quickly see if we had any others on there. What are you thinking of doing with Rutter? Because Bradders has got a scenario where he's got Rutter or Ruter in his team.
I just think it all depends on tomorrow. If he plays, he'll probably stay in my team for the City game. He's not my biggest issue. I'd hope he plays against Oxford, and then hopefully then they go through and he gets a double in 4, which is Bournemouth and then whoever they draw. He's not a big issue. If you've got no other fires to put out, which is highly doubtful, I'd be moving him on. But before the City game, probably putting the likes of a Pedro or a United asset in. But yeah, it depends. Depends what you got going on.
Yeah, he was the one who was actually asking if he kept him and then ended up needing to sub him out. He said he could only get a Liverpool player, an Arsenal player, a Villa player, or a Palace player because they're the matches after. That's what makes it a bit more complicated. That's something that would make me less want to use a sub, I think, in that scenario.
Yeah, like you say, first game up, you've got the pick of the next 9 games, haven't you?
Yeah. I think we've a lot of these sub questions are like quite specific on if I had this player, that player, what would you do? So we'll go back into the questions for the podcast and we'll answer in the Discord for each individual scenario rather than go through each person's team one by one. We'll move on to player picks and Euro planning. So ticker up on the screen from not only FPL here. The questions here are kind of more aimed at sort of longer term. I've grouped one in from Shay McClear, booster planning. Are there any specific game weeks that you would advise to use any of the boosters? Have we thought? I'm adding this bit in. Have we thought about boosters at all yet, or wait and see how these fixtures pan out? Because we've got a lot of TBAs and placeholders in the fixture ticker at the moment. It's very hard to plan without knowing who's actually playing who.
Yeah, I think once obviously the draws are done, you've got all them European fixtures put in. These few niggly injuries, obviously Palmer, Saka, and the likes. You've got to get them out of the way. I've not thought about the boosters. It's way too early. I'm probably going to try and hold mine for longer this season, and when it starts to get down to the business end, you start to see less rotation and more predictable sides. I think, especially with new signings bedded in, and so yeah, no plans for that.
Ben, I liked your idea last season of the max cap, wasn't it, for FA Cup rounds?
Yeah, that's pretty much in my head at the moment. 3rd round of the FA Cup, max cap, because then it'll go on someone random who scored a couple of goals, maybe, because they'll hopefully have easier fixtures. But also I like that idea of what you were on about just before about using the substitute to bring in someone who you don't really want next week. So in say an FA Cup, say like an Osula for Newcastle's got, I don't know, bottom of League 2, and you think he's going to start, you see, and you get to see the lineup, you see, he's starting, you could bring him in for that, couldn't you, or something? But then is he going to play the next game? That's the only problem.
You'd almost be using like 2 transfers to get someone in you don't want, then using a sub, and then a transfer back out again. That's the only thing. How many points do you kind of put on a transfer? But if you knew that the FA Cup was coming and you could somehow have the discipline to ignore like price changes and reacting to stuff and build up to like, would we get 6 now?
Yep, trying to build to 6.
You could build up to 6 by the time the FA Cup comes around. Wouldn't be a bad shout.
Yeah,
it's going to take some doing, isn't it?
Yeah, but like say like Acuna, even if you see he's starting, you could bring him in, and he ain't got Europe. You know what I mean? Later on in the season, Max, what's the other one called? Goal bonus, goal boost. What's it called? Goal bonus.
Yeah, goal bonus. Yeah.
I'd use that in the middle of the Champions League, like double game week. But obviously, we don't get to see the draws until Thursday, innit? The draw. So we'll get a bit more information, and it'll be a bit more nicer. You can see what double game weeks are nice and that. But I think I played mine up. I had a decent week with mine. I had Haaland captain as well, because Haaland gets, how much is it? 9 points per goal.
Yeah,
and then you get double captain points as well, and he got a couple of goals as well. Yes, that was decent. And the 12th man, I always fail on the 12th man, so I'm going to try and hold it a little bit later to when the games are a bit more important, because I played it pretty early, and at the end, I played it at Man City, De Bruyne, and what's the guy called? Alvarez, and they only played one of the games and a bit of the other.
Yeah.
One thing that's worth noting that I saw and heard from a few people actually this weekend was a reminder that you can't make subs in a booster week.
Yeah.
Which is pretty wild, because you're obviously going to play your booster before you know that you're going to have a player injured. Obviously, if it's a scenario like now where you see that Palmer's injured already, it's fine. But yeah, I saw a few 12th mans flying around last week, and then they couldn't take Palmer out as a sub, which seems harsh, doesn't it? But bit annoying. Tommy Gunn, is there any United players worth having a look at that we've not mentioned already? We've all spoke about Bruno, Cunha. Any love from Bumo? Or I was tempted by Ahmad, but didn't really do anything.
Against Grimsby.
Yeah, still time.
He spent a lot of time defending, that man. He had it quite tough down that side with Sessegnon and Iwobi. So yeah, not the output that the Diallo people were hoping for. But like I say, I think he'll possibly start more up top against Grimsby. I think Sesko, Diallo. I'm hoping Cunha.
Sesko's got to come in, hasn't he, for this Burnley game?
But then they've got Xerxes sat on bench as well. He'll probably play. Yeah, I don't hold much hope. Is Manu going to come in? He's not. He's been unused for the last 2 games. I'm hoping they rest Fernandez and Cunha gets a do. Because I think if Fernandez plays, I'm done for.
I liked Dorgu as well. He looked all right, didn't he, the other side?
Yeah, he didn't look too bad. All action.
If we know that they've got Carabao next round.
That's the thing. They've got to get through the Grimsby game.
It feels funny even saying it, don't it? If they get past Grimsby. That would be so funny.
I mean, imagine they get knocked out of Grimsby and they get beat at home off Burnley. Then going into the City derby, it could be calling for hammering to get going.
Are there any European players? This is from Eggsy. European budget players that have caught your eye that you may be considering for next week? I know it's not a European game week 3, but
what's the threshold? 3.5?
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. So yeah, I like Palhinha at Spurs. I think he was a hero a few years ago when he was playing for Fulham for just tackles.
Yeah,
it's a multi-format pick, isn't it? That.
Yeah, tackles, and he gets the odd goal like he did at the weekend. He's only 3.2, and he's going to be going up 0.3. Risky one, Richarlison, 3.3. But he's doing the business at the moment, isn't he? And they've got a good run of fixtures like Bournemouth, West Ham, Europe, Brighton, then Carabao Cup, Wolves, Europe again. So, but will Solanke rotate with them when they start playing more in Europe? That's the only thing.
You mean you can't take him out, can you? You can't take him out when he's in this form, but also you must feel a bit like you're waiting for him to have a quiet game so you can get Solanke back.
I'm breaking the rules here. 3.6 Romero. I think he's decent price if you want a cheap defender, and he'll be going at 0.2 as well, and nailed in the Spurs back line. I said him earlier. Osula could be one to watch. 2.5 million.
Keep forgetting they're in Europe.
If you got a cheap striker spot, like I say, I don't normally go cheap with my strikers, but if one pops up, like I don't know, about 10 years ago, Harry Kane, he was like 1.5 million when he first started scoring all them goals. He was straight in my team. You've got another one I'm breaking the rules on. Chalobah. He's 3.7, but he's still cheap, isn't he? Going to be going up another 0.3.
I'm just hoping that window closes and they don't sign another centre back, because they always can, Chelsea, can't they?
Yeah.
I thought Hudson-Odoi looked quite good, 3.7. He's had like a goal in one game and an assist in the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Ndoi. Hudson-Odoi and Ndoi.
Yeah.
The other side, he seems to be a bit tasty. 3.3. He had the same goal game week 1, assist game week 2. Exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had put Gordon. I had put Gordon down, but
get that one off. One that I've seen, a player that we probably weren't expected to start back-to-back games, but Oscar Bob.
Yeah.
3.3 million. I don't know if he's going to rise again. Might have a slight rise again this week, so he might be going up to 3.5, I guess. Back-to-back 6-pointers. Done well on the bonus scores, performance marks. So he's one. You've touched on a lot of the Notts Forest lads. Like I say, Dan and Doy, Hudson-Odoi. I like Elliot Anderson. He's an all-action player who can pick up points from anywhere. Then obviously defence, you've got Nico Williams, who seems to do well for the points as well, even when they're not keeping clean sheets.
Hopefully, he keeps his job. There's a bit of a weird bit of talk going on there that he might get the sack.
Nico Williams?
No, sorry. What's his name? Nuno Marinakis is going to
Mafia
bring the axe.
Mental, innit? I mean, they had a bit of a set too, didn't they, last season? Toward the end of the season.
That's why, do they?
I mean, that'd be... What's the word? I'd be self-harm, wouldn't it? Why would you be sacking a manager that's created this? He's got them from a relegation-threatened team to a European playing team. There's a great camaraderie there. The fans are all on side. I just don't... Why would you want to ruin that? For what? Did I hear Ange Postecoglou was touted as... I think that'd be absolutely craziness.
And Brendan Rodgers.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
he's been knocked out of the Champions League tonight by a Kazakhstani team.
I know they drew 0-0.
They lost on penalties.
Bloody hell.
It is midweek, but should we do some leagues quickly? I didn't bring up any tables. I didn't bring up any tables on our slides because obviously we were mid games and all that. But
I'll bring up to start.
Have you got one open there?
Yeah. Just as well before we start the leagues, obviously, because I've been away this week, I've not had time to sort anything out, but the prizes will be announced as soon as I get around to it. Probably this weekend, I'll get them over. And also, I'll be with them working with Mark at not only FPL to get the tag team league up and running and onto the not only FPL.co.uk site. So, yeah, just bear with me. I have got a serious backlog of jobs to do. But yeah, top 3 in the Dream Team Tonic Cash League is B Rome in 3rd. Silent Powell up there again. You know what he's like.
How's he there already?
His 2nd.
Every year.
And 1st, Hollingsworth. I'm Xerxes and I know it.
What other leagues we got here? Oh yeah, the
Patron members
tag
league.
team we can't do, can we yet? We'll wait on that. Go on, you do that one.
We got L Brown in third, a certain Anthony Sutcliffe in second, and S Powell, Silent Powell, top of the shop.
And can one of you lads do the lowest score on the door
Yeah.
as it stands?
As
Would
it
you do?
stands.
Just read the bottom three on this one.
Yeah.
You've disappeared,
point.
Tony.
The top is
hang
irrelevant,
on.
isn't it? Really?
No, I'm there.
That's
I'm
overall. That's overall. Game week 2.
there.
Game week 2, bottom 3.
Bowen saved your bacon.
John Webb is bottom at the minute. D Wheeler, second bottom, and Tony Sutcliffe, third bottom.
And the bottom two both have Captain Fernandez.
And a certain Nobbles is just above you.
Oof.
The Great Escape.
On the same points, is he?
Yeah, 45.
That doesn't help
Full
either.
of
If
45.
If you bottom and you joint points, you're both out. There's five of you bottom, and you're all on the same points. You're all out. So,
nice one. That's it. That's it for now, innit? So, yeah, cheers, everyone. Drop a like, subscribe if you're not already. Anything else from you, lads? We covered it all.
Oh, I just hope my players recover.
Yep. Wish all your injuries well.
Cheers for joining us, everyone. Thanks for the support.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye-bye.